future holds, and I don't either. Like I said, I'll take time to recalibrate and look over the season and see what's best for my future. And when I get to that point, everyone will know.
Everybody should know this is a 23-season Hall of Fame NBA career for LeBron James that came to an unceremonious end last night, at least the season did, at the hands of the Oklahoma City Thunder, a 4-0 sweep. Was it the end for LeBron in a Lakers uniform? We go around the Lakers, starting with head coach J.J. Redick.
I haven't even thought about that, and again, we'll deal with the offseason in the offseason, which is, the next 2 months.
Man, it would mean the world to me. I don't know anything different. My rookie year, I had no idea what the hell was going on, and he basically took me under his wing and given me every opportunity that I could ever ask for, trusted me. But, further than the court, building real friendship.
Hard to put into words. He's not very old in the grand scheme of life. For the NBA, he's pretty old. And he doesn't seem like it out there. I'm not sure we'll see anything like it again. His longevity and his greatness for this long. But yeah, it was super fun. Glad I got to get 4 wins, so sure.
Do you have any sense of where his head is at going forward?
I have no clue. I'm not gonna lie to you. He looks like he can play another however many years, but he's been in the league since or longer than he's been out of the league. So it's insane. I think he should think about it and whatever he feels happy with and do that.
Will you be trying to make sure you recruit LeBron, Austin, DA, and Marcus again this summer?
We'll see. Can't tell you nothing.
I'll tell you right now, we're saying good morning to Vincent Goodwill this morning on SportsCenter. Vince, great to see you. We just heard from LeBron. What do you think he should do next?
Well, I'm not sure that there's a better place to spend your golden years than with the Los Angeles Lakers. When you think about some of the league's greats, you don't think of them moving around too much. LeBron has moved around a lot already. Kobe Bryant's last year was with the Lakers. Kareem's last year was with the Lakers. Magic Johnson's last year was with the Lakers. When you think of LeBron, he spent more time in L.A. this stint than he has in any single stint of his career. Over 8 years. That's longer than his first stint in Cleveland, and then he started moving around after that. To see him move around now, no matter where it is, you're not sure if any team has the cap space to hold a LeBron James. Normally around this time, teams will be maneuvering, shedding salary for the LeBron sweepstakes. None of that really happened this year because nobody really knows how much time he has left, how much longer he wants to play, and how much salary he will demand. Now, the question also is, how much money will the Lakers have for him this offseason? Because in the summer of 2027, if you factor in $30 million for Austin Reeves, the Lakers could have $70 million in cap room.
So stay in L.A., but maybe not with the Lakers. Maybe he goes cross town to the Clippers.
Okay,
who's
Randy.
to say? We're just going to stir. We're just going to stir the pot.
Not.
Stir it up like some cranberry sauce. Come on, just really get in there. Vincent, what should? Okay, no. But you highlight the cap space, $70 million potentially. What should the Lakers do this offseason?
Well, I think the Lakers need to decide if they're ready to push the fast-forward button on the Luka Doncic era. Because Luka, in his extension that he signed last season, remember, he missed out on nearly $100 million with the Dallas Mavericks extension because he got traded and he couldn't sign with his home franchise. If the Lakers want to be a contender, they're going to have to start building that way. And I don't know if you can build that way with 3 defensive liabilities in Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and a soon-to-be 42-year-old LeBron James that does not leave you a lot of cap space. What it does do if you bring LeBron back for one more season is kick the can down the road so that maybe you can get involved if Giannis Antetokounmpo winds up becoming a free agent or there is somebody else. The league moves so fast nowadays, guys, you never know who's going to want out, and you want to have yourself in the best possible position to where you can have the cap space to be attractive for the next superstar.
You have to bolster your arsenal, especially out west when dealing with the Thunder and dealing with the Spurs. And speaking of that, Vince, stand by. Victor Wembanyama will play in tonight's Game 5 versus the Timberwolves in San Antonio. Wemby will not face any further discipline after being ejected
from Game 4 in the second quarter for a flagrant 2 on Naz Reid. The Spurs and Wolves tied 2 games apiece, so now this is a best of 3 with the Thunder waiting for whoever comes out of this series in the Western Conference Finals. All right, so you talked with the league yesterday. What went into the decision to not discipline Wemby any further?
Well, honestly, guys, the timing of when it happened during the game. It happened at the 8:36 mark, I believe, of the second quarter. That means only 30-some-odd minutes of the game was left, which meant Victor Wembanyama was suspended for all, if not most, of Game 4. So suspending him for Game 5 would mean, in essence, he would miss 2 games. Now, I think the league also felt like had the officials on the floor, led by Zach Zarba, had they not suspended him, ejected him and assessed him a flagrant 2, then they would have had to come back and issue something harsher. But they felt like missing out on the end of Game 4, that was harsh enough of a penalty, and I'm really excited to see what happens tonight in Game 5.
Yeah, message sent perhaps to Victor Wembanyama. That is Vincent Goodwill with the insight for us on SportsCenter. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Reporter Dave McMenamin. Dave, a lot of questions about what's next for LeBron James, but not a lot of answers just yet from him or his teammates. You caught up with LeBron, though, after the game. What did you gather on what could have been his last game with the Lakers?
Yeah, Maddie, he definitely distanced himself from retirement talk. And in some sense, he also distanced himself from Laker talk. He answered a question during the press conference looking back at his Laker tenure, 8 seasons here, the longest stretch he's played with any team in his 23-year career, and talked about the pride he had winning the championship. But, this decision in some sense will be with the Lakers removed from the context here. He first has to gather and spend some time with his family and just decide for LeBron, the father, and the husband if it's the right decision for him to return and play NBA basketball. Then the question is going to be about whether the Lakers is the right fit. And he did point out that stretch in March, even though the team went 16-2, it was the first time in his career he's ever been asked to play a tertiary offensive role, and that was new for him. And then he also got kind of excited and bubbled up when he talked about his shifting back to being the primary role and making plays in the playoffs and winning a series against the Houston Rockets. We're going to see if the Lakers are going to be interested in him returning in any type of role, what type of salary figure that will be, and where he'll fit in with the rest of the roster, because there's a handful of other guys who will also be free agents. And beyond Luka Doncic, there's a whole ton of question marks about this roster next year.
I'm going to go ahead and venture to say that we might have 1 or 2 more conversations about this topic in the coming weeks. Just maybe. But for now, Dave McMenamin.